Let's see what the graph of the cosine function looks like. So if y equals the cosine of x, let's come up with some ordered pairs. And I'm just going to use the top, bottom, left, and right side of the unit circle to give us an idea of what this looks like. So at the right side of the unit circle, we have 0 radians. At the top, we have pi over 2. Left side is pi. Bottom is 3 pi over 2. And back where you started would be 2 pi. So looking at the unit circle, the cosine is going to be the x-coordinate. So at the start of it, x-coordinate is a 1. At the top of the circle, we get 0, followed by -1. At the bottom is going to be a 0, and then 2 pi is back where you started, which is a 1. Okay, so using these 5 points, let's see what the cosine function looks like. I'm going to start with my x-axis. And then since we're starting x at 0, I'll put the y-axis on the left side. So we started at 0 and then ended at 2 pi. So each of these is going to be a half, followed by a half and a half. Okay, so half of 2 pi is pi. Half of pi is pi over 2. Between 1 and 2 pi would be 3 halves pi. If you look back at the y-coordinate, the largest one is 1, the second one is lowest is -1, so I need to mark out where 1 is on the y-axis. Keep in mind that pi is about 3.14, so 3 over 2, this first marking is about 1.5. Okay, so 1 is a little lower than that. Okay, so just trying to keep consistent spacing. So at 0 we get 1. Pi over 2 is 0. Pi is -1. At 3 pi over 2 we get 0. And then at 2 pi we have 1. Okay, so this is going to be one cycle of our sine or cosine function. Notice that if I were to keep going around the unit circle, this would just start repeating, so let me denote that with some dashes just to show that this keeps going. So a few things to take a note of. First of all is the domain. You can plug in anything you want to the cosine function, so this is going to be all reals. But the only thing that's going to come out of the cosine function are things that are between -1 and 1. So the range is from -1 to 1. The third thing to note is the pattern of the cosine function. So the first thing we have here is a max. So let me circle the values here. So at 0 we have a max. At the next one we have an x-intercept. And then at pi we have a min, followed by another x-intercept, ending at a max. So each of these values serves a very important purpose into our function. So we're going to call those the 5 major points. And these 5 major points give us a pattern of a max, followed by an x-intercept, then a min, then an x-intercept, and then ending at a max.